beautiful does that look? Look at all of that texture, all of that contrast. And that's just the first coat. What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another riveting episode here on the Avion Renovation channel. Oh my God, I really think that maybe I have bitten off more than I can chew on this particular project. I'm starting on kitchen. This is my plan, and I don't care if anyone, argues with me, oh, you shouldn't do it, you shouldn't. I'm going to do it. I spent 6 months out in the desert between New Mexico, Arizona, Southern California, Nevada, Utah, Idaho, Montana, South Dakota. Went to all those places, never once used my stove. The whole time I was in Florida, never once used my stove. I always used my induction cooktop. So I'm getting rid of this. I'm taking it out. I don't need it. There's no point in carrying the weight if I'm not going to use it. So it's going. I'm also going to be replacing this countertop, just like I did that one back there. And I think I'm getting rid of this sink. I might go with a single basin sink here, but I'm not 100% for sure yet. Yeah, I mean, I've struggled over this decision for quite some time as far as, what to do about this stove. It's a stove, Everyone keeps telling me, including friends and family, it's like, but what if you sell it and people, want a stove? Well, they can put a new stove in. The countertop will be there. You just cut a new hole out for it or whatever and have at it. But I mean, I just don't need it. I'm a huge believer that if you don't use something within 6 months, it's time to get rid of it. You don't actually need it. And sometimes I think that's the reason why there's so many people that have too much stuff in the first place, is because even though they don't need it, even though they never use it, even though it, brings them no joy, no value, no usefulness, they just hold on to it. And then what do you have? You have a spare bedroom full of crap that you don't need. See, I'm going to be using this weird screwdriver to get to these screws. These old Avion campers are full of these, I think they're called cam head screws or whatever. They're just, let's focus over here. They're just really weird shape. I don't even think that they make this particular screw head anymore. So it's kind of like a flathead on one side, but it's got like a cutout on each side. So I don't know, it's really weird. Anyway, and I'm going to be taking the screws out of here, there, and there. And then the propane line is back here, and then you just unscrew that, cap it off, and then, yeah, your stove comes right out.
I cut it up like rugs. I roll the night away. I'm better, forever say never. Got a fever, I'm a twister. I'm so dumb, I'm just clever. I said, ooh, I play it like I'm out of my mind. I said, ooh, I got it, don't go wasting my time. I said, ooh, I love it when you get out of line. I said, ooh.
I was wrong. There is 2 screws underneath there. There's one right here. No, right there. And then there's one right here that holds it in place as well.
'Cause I'm dangerous. I'm like a dog with no muzzle. Dangerous.
Alright, so now I need to measure this door to see which way the stove is gonna best get the hell out of here. Looks like it's about 25.5 inches or so. Double check down here. Yeah, it's about 25.5 inches. Okay. And the stove is about 21.25. Yay! All right, so this next part is going to be the hard part, and I'm not going to be able to really film it. So you know what it looks like when people move stuff around. So I'm going to try and pull this thing out by myself, and hopefully not break a hip.
I'll put your face on my knuckles.
All right, so you just basically take the range hood and lift it all the way up, and it's kind of hinged, so it'll slide right off. And just set it off to the side. And when you look back behind, you can see that there is an electrical wire here, and that's for the igniter when you're trying to get your stove on. And then this is the propane line, comes all the way right here, and it's got a screw in, and I can't remember the dimension, but I'll find out. And then we'll take that off. And I don't currently have any propane on board, so it'll be fine to just unscrew it. But if you have propane and you're doing a remodel, just make sure you unscrew it, you know, tighten it, close it, and then bleed the lines before you start doing all this stuff. Damn, that's my biggest wrench, 5/8, and the 16 millimeter didn't work either. So I'm just gonna have to get a pair of pliers. Frame of reference. This is the front. The 16 millimeter actually goes right here on this nut right here to the side. And you'll get it on, and you will pull to the left with this going this direction. And you take the channel locks and you grip it underslung like this, and then you crank it to the right. She is done. So now I just got to pull it straight forward, but now I have to disconnect this wire first before I can pull it out. Okay, so she's out. And honestly, it's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be, but it's just awkward because there's not many like really good places on this thing to grip. So now I'll show you what I'm working with here in this cavernous area. All right, so this is what I'm left with. Now, the countertop's going to be completely smooth, so we'll be getting rid of this sink as well. This is now out. And what we want to do, like I said, you know, with a solid countertop up here, maybe a small single basin sink there. I'll just use the existing plumbing underneath there. But I want this clean, completely clean. I don't want clutter or anything. So I'll have the induction cooktop that sits right up there. And then when I'm going to build a shelf here from this area, and I'll figure out how to frame it in somehow or another. And then, so then the induction burner will just slide down here on this shelf. Maybe I'll make a couple of shelves or something. That way I can keep like a small propane burner down in here in this area. Not to mention this opens up a lot of extra space for extra storage too. So if I'm not going to be using this, which I never do, then might as well go ahead and make good use of all of that empty space. All right, well, this was my solution to get it out the front door by myself. Grabbed the dolly, grabbed a ratchet strap, and it's got two deep lips here on the back side. And hopefully I'll just be able to turn it and then slowly ease it down onto the step, down to the concrete, and out of the Avion. Oh, man. Nothing. No small job is ever simple when you're doing it all by yourself, I'm telling you.
I see it, you got it, I need it, I'm coming, you better believe it. I see it, you got it, I need it, I'm coming, you better believe it. Dangerous.
So that was fun.